Hello, welcome to my show. Hey guys, welcome back to Soulmate Suggests. As usual, we've got another fantastic recommendation for you guys. As you know, we're all about promoting soul, R&B, and that good hip-hop music. And today's suggestion is, for me, one that I've been trying to spread for a long time. The whole point of Soulmate Suggests is that I'm always giving music recommendations to people, and frankly, I'm tired of repeating myself over and over again when people ask me like, what UK artist should I be listening to? What artist should I be listening to? So I'm gonna say it once and for all, and that's what the point of this is. Anyway, so let's get back to today. So today's show is about a woman that I've admired for a very long time. And recently she's come back into the spotlight with a lot of vim. That's what I can say. I remember the first time I heard about her was through another artist. So some of you are aware of Hackney-based rapper SNE. I think about 4 or 5 years ago, he released a song called Tiana Major. And I was like, wait, who is he singing about? Making love songs? Who's he making love songs about? So obviously out of interest, I went to go and research who Tiana Major is, and I was like, I see it. And therefore, that's where we are today. Cool. So today's video is on my one of my top 5 favorite UK singers, Tiana Major9. And yeah. So Tiana Major9 is a singer-songwriter from the UK, Newham specifically, and she's a specialist in R&B, jazz-infused music. And I think to me, that's the best way to describe her sound. R&B, jazz-infused, with a sprinkle of neo-soul. Not even a sprinkle, you know? So if someone asks me, okay, how would you describe her sound? That's exactly how I'd say it. She's my favorite singer for like so many different reasons. Obviously, in order for me to take an artist serious, they have to have a certain level of musicality. Tiana Major9, as you could probably guess by her name, which we'll get into a bit later, she takes music, like music is the like she just, I can't even speak English for it. It's just music is just her. You can see the way that she writes her melodies, her songwriting is next to no one. I can't even compare her sound to anybody else in the UK. She really just is in a lane of her own. She takes the musicality of the music seriously, the songwriting of the music seriously. One thing I also love about Tiana Major is that she's just an unapologetically black woman, and I talk about it in terms of her style. So I've given you the reasons why I have to pay her homage. Let's get into a little bit of the background, and then you guys can go off and do your own research. So, like I said, Tiana Major9 was born and raised in Newham. For those of you who are not from London and you don't really know where Newham is in East London, and it's home to some people that you probably know anyway, like J Huss, Kojo Farms, Tinchy Strider, Kano, Young Bane. There's so many people from Newham. But maybe that's why, that's why she got so much sauce. Maybe the water in Newham is, saucy. Maybe they're drinking sauce. She was raised in a Jamaican household, and she was influenced very early on by music. She says in several interviews that her mum and her aunt influenced her in terms of music. There was always gospel, like Yolanda Brown playing in the background. I remember an interview of hers when she was describing her influences and where she gets her skill musically from. And I remember distinctively, she says that she got her writing style from Lauryn Hill's MTV Unplugged. D'Angelo's Voodoo helped her with her musicality, and Gretchen Parlato helped her with her vocal exercises. I'm not really like a jazz, I like jazz, I can appreciate jazz, but I had to go and research who Gretchen Parlato was. When I listened to who she was, I was like, I get it. The vocal techniques that this woman can be doing with her voices, yeah, all that jazzy, yeah, stuff, yeah, obviously. I sound better in the studio. Yeah, I get it, it's Tiana Major. The way that Tiana Major can do like vocal scales and stuff like that, it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's like, you know, I can't do it, but she can do it. Go and listen to her. God. Anyway. Yeah, so those were her musical influences. She also has a brother called Melvin who plays guitar for her and helps her with her songwriting. And I think I read somewhere that he was the one who came up with the 9th, Tiana Major9. So for those of you who don't know why the major 9 is her name, is because the major 9 chord is a well-known, well-used, and very notable chord when it comes to like jazz music. And she says that it embodies her sound, and that's why she went with Tiana Major9. And I think I read somewhere that her brother Melvin, guitarist, songwriter, helped her come up with it as well.
I'm assuming that major 9 is like a key.
It's a chord.
Yeah. So how does that chord sound? How does a major 9 sound?
You want me to sing it? It sounds good. It sounds good.
I hope you didn't name yourself after a bad chord.
It's a nice sounding chord. It makes you feel good when you hear it in songs. I should learn how to sing it. Yeah,
you should absolutely learn how to sing it. What do you got? Go.
I'm not going to do it today.
No? Okay. Just thought. But you know how it sounds.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I didn't know you could sing chords. I thought you could only play chords.
You can you can arpeggiate them. So arpeggios is a chord that's broken down. So you just play the notes or sing the notes in the chord. So da, 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 and then put them together. Yeah.
And then you can put it together and sing the whole chord?
Yeah.
Interesting.
As a child, Tiana Major knew that she was going to be a singer. From the age of 5, she said, no, this is my lane, I'm sticking to it, I don't want to do nothing else. And obviously since then, she's been taking music very seriously. Things like performing at church to build up her skills, performing skills and all that stuff. She's been on the live circuit, all this. Tiana Major actually applied to go to the Brit School. And if you know about the Brit School, then you know why she applied to go to the Brit School. The Brit School has many famous graduates, people like Adele, Amy Winehouse, Loyal Kana. The list goes on and on and on. I just, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but there's there. But unfortunately, she didn't get in. She ended up going to the City and Islington College, which would probably just give her the same amount of education, musical education, as the Brit School was. And it's really important to me that I emphasize that she went to school, and trained in the art of music and performance and stuff, because you can tell, by her vocals, by her songwriting, all the things that I mentioned earlier on, that she's skilled. So before Tiana Major9 started taking music seriously, she used to work in Urban Outfitters, which is a retail store, across the UK. I don't know if it's in other countries, but it's definitely in England. But she quit because she said it just took up too much of her time. If there's a gig that you need to go to on Saturday, but you've got a shift, you don't let your workmates down, but also you go to that gig, right? And who can blame her? So she stopped working to take music seriously full time, and I guess it's paid off because right now she's signed to Motown Records. And Motown Records is, it's a subsidiary of Universal Records, and it's home to people like Erykah Badu, Tiwa Savage, BJ the Chicago Kid, even artists like the Migos and Steph London are signed to Motown Records. Their catalogue is impressive. One thing that really got to me, and I really like the fact that she's signed to Motown, is because Motown has a history of being for soul singers. If you research the history of Motown Records, you will know that in the 60s, they were like the only black-owned music label pushing that R&B soul sound. And for them to continue doing that and then to reach out to someone like Tiana Major9 is mind-blowing to me. I think that is every soul singer's dream. Well, me personally, I'm not even a singer, and that's my dream. So, I can imagine. If you're like me, you're wondering, how the hell did Motown Records hear about Tiana Major9 in East London? Well, that's because she's been on job. She's been making music, putting it out, doing her thing. And as a result, her A&R heard a song that she made with the producer Progression, PRGRSHN, and was like, yo man, who's this? She lit. I'm just assuming that's how they talk because they're American, innit? Yo man, who's that? She lit. Yo man, we gotta get her down here and talk to her. So they flew her and Progression out to LA, had a meeting, and a couple months later, we're like, yeah, we want you. There you go. And now she's signed to Motown. What has she done so far to make you fall in love with her? So, like I said, I found out about Tiana Major9 a couple years ago through S&E's song, Tiana Major. And then I've seen her years ago doing like live circuits, you know, live gigs and stuff like that. But if you research her now on Spotify, it's her most recent work that you'll find on Spotify and SoundCloud, so from about 2017. But I don't want people to think that this is just, you know, what she started, because it's not. She's had some stuff from before. Her first single, Merry Go, was released in 2017, followed by her second single, Leave It, Let It Break. Let It Break is a testament to her songwriting skills. It's about her specifically being in a relationship but not wanting to be vulnerable, but having to understand that if you want your relationship to work, you have to become vulnerable. It's actually a beautiful song. It's beautifully written. The instrumentation behind it, that's a word, right? Yeah, the instrumentation behind it is beautiful. The arrangement, everything. Oh, listen, I know it sounds like I'm sucking a dick, but fam, listen to Tiana Major9, she's cold. Yeah. So there's Merry Go, and then there's Leave It, and then she released her first album, Rehearsal at 9. I feel like everything that she does has a musical element to it. I like the fact that she called her album Rehearsal at 9, because when you listen to it, it sounds like you've gone into, I don't know if anyone's ever like worked with live bands and stuff like that, but it literally feels like you've gone into a rehearsal room, and then she's like, yo man, let's make some music, and then all her musicians are just cold, and she's there jamming, and the music is coming, it's beautiful. Anyway, after that she released her next single, Mr. Mysterious. Mr. Mysterious. Hey, I can't play the song, so I'll sing it for you. No, I won't do that, I won't put you through that. But yeah, that's the song that made me really think that, yo man, this girl is it. This year, 2020, she's also released 2 singles so far, and that's Think About You. All I do is think about you, which is like a reggae kind of vibe. I remember it came out, I think just before lockdown or during lockdown, and I was thinking, wow, like she can do everything. When I say that this woman has been influenced by a plethora of different genres. You can hear reggae influence, you can hear R&B influence, you can hear jazz influence. The song Think About You is like a reggae R&B song. It just reminds me of those like Lovers Rock, you know. I wasn't, you know, old enough to enjoy it back then because I'm quite young. But it has that vibe, and because it has that Lovers Rock vibe, it has that nostalgic kind of vibe. So I think it's beautiful the way she was able to capture that. She's also just released a song this month, June, July, called Lucky, this month, July, and it's another beautiful song, and I recommend that everyone should go and check it out. Most notably though, in 2019, she featured on the film Queen and Slim soundtrack with EARTHGANG on the song Collide. I think that's where a lot of people's interest in Tiana Major9 has now like peaked. That song, you know what, even when I think about the visuals, when I think about the lyrics, when I think about that song, it honestly gives me, I don't know if you can see it, but honestly it gives me goosebumps. EARTHGANG killed it, Tiana Major9. Like, I knew she was good, yeah, but when I heard it, I was like, oh. And I remember people were like, oh, have you heard Collide? Have you heard Collide? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. And then when I finally sat down to listen to it, you know one of those songs that you just have to play over and over and over again until you learn all the words? That's it. So, Stormzy, one of the most celebrated, rated, respected artists in the industry, is a fan of Tiana Major9. Yes, he is. He has featured her on his album Heavy Is the Head on the song Rainfall, and subsequently she performed with him at the Brits Awards. I don't know if you guys remember Tiana Major9 performing with Soulmate at the Brits Awards. That's big. For him to bring out someone who's relatively underground to his platform stage shows that he's a real big supporter of Tiana Major9 and the underground scene, like that, you know, pushing it to the forefront. My favourite song from Tiana Major9 is Mr. Mysterious, and that's because it's very evident how advanced musically her band and her are. You know, her runs in the song, her just everything about that song is just so advanced, so high level. So that's one of my favourite songs. Actually, and I also have to add Think About You to the list. It came out this year, but it's already one of my favourite songs. And again, I think that's because of that reggae laid back, let me have a drink while I think about you kind of vibe that I get from the song. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for love songs, so that one, it touches my heart. My favourite video is Collide, because it's just so unapologetically black. You know, if you've seen Queen and Slim, the video would make a lot of sense to you, you know? It's about black love, black power, black unity. The song in itself called Collide is about energies colliding, and I think it's just, I don't know, I just think it's a beautiful representation of the film, and I think it's a beautiful message about what needs to happen in the black community now as well. My favourite project obviously has to be Rehearsal at 9. I genuinely love that project though, because it feels like you've walked into her rehearsal. Not because it's them rehearsing, but because she always works with a live band. You just, I don't know if anyone watching this has ever been like in a rehearsal room. A lot of you are probably musicians, you know that feeling that you get when there's a band and everyone knows what they're doing, and there's a singer that just knows what they're doing and they're just jamming, and it's just a beautiful experience. That is what I get from that album. If you've ever been to a jam session, you will love Rehearsal at 9. Alright, cool. So, I think that's about it. That's Tiana Major9, that's my favourite, that's where she came from. My future hopes for Tiana Major9 is that her being signed to Motown Records takes her to new heights. Obviously, when you look at the roster, she's probably one of the most, you know, I'm not even sorry to say it, but she's probably one of the most talented artists on Motown's records. You know, you're up there with BJ the Chicago Kid and Erykah Badu. To me, she's levels, you know. I'm really interested to see where they're going to take her. Are they going to keep her sound? Is it still going to be jazzy, R&B? Is it still going to be unapologetically English as well? That's another thing I like about Tiana Major9. Her accent does not change. When you listen to her songs, you know that she's an English woman singing. I said this about, you know, Children of Zeus as well, and that's something that really, you know, it really matters to me. If you're a UK artist, please just remain UK. Don't let them come and steal you from us. Stay true. And yeah. But yeah, I hope to see so much more from her. I hope to hear more new music. I hope to see more collabs. If she does that collab with D'Angelo though, I'm involved. I don't know how. I can do background vocals. I don't know if you're listening. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Tiana Major9. Anyway guys, I think I've waffled enough for today. So if you're interested and you want to see more, obviously hit the subscribe button, like this, comment this, and also in the comments, like, drop your suggestions. If you think there's people that I need to go and check out, give me suggestions so I can send your suggestions on to the other people, you know. I'm Ruth, and good night.